Hello, SpeedGaming. Welcome to HMG Game 2 of Malmo versus someone325, whose name has confused me several times when friends mentioned they're facing someone. What do you mean, someone? Who's the someone? I'm joined with JD Silvergun on comms and other com tracking. How are you doing?
Doing pretty well, thank you. How about yourself?
Oh, going pretty good. Just got home from work not that long ago, honestly. Okay, it looks like they are actually starting up here in a couple seconds. Yes, we have game 2 with someone up. And this is loser's bracket, I believe?
That is correct. Malmo was defeated by Czech Seaman, and I do not know how someone arrived at this point. Muffins, in round 1, defeated someone325.
Honestly, there's been a lot of surprise wins from round 1 I've seen. There's been quite a few. There's actually been several lower seed victories over in round 1.
Well, always
Here they
exciting to see some shaking up, you know?
Oh yeah. Both going for exact same opener. I mean, honestly, I feel like this water opener is pretty much the standard opener at this point. Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind what I just said. Divergence immediately.
Yeah, some people go to Sarsaparilla, and some people go to the man under the bridge.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Saha is great because it's just 3 items that, honestly, it's like 30 seconds to get here. 3 checks
Single
is
arrow
pretty
under
good.
the bridge, and a glove in the back for Malmo, huh?
Well, that means we're going to see back of escape immediately.
Glove is kind of a weird item in this mode, because even though there are 2 of them, sometimes it can take a long time for one to show up, because it doesn't really do that much in this mode by itself.
Yeah, on its own. Okay, I think that was Crystal Desert, Crystal Hera, and regular Pendant Eastern, I believe.
Gotta be honest, I did not catch it. I'll just take your word for it. I mean, we'll find out when they start entering dungeons. If nothing else.
I'm interested that Mumble didn't just rush straight to back of escape, but honestly, maybe with just the glove right away, maybe you just slipped your mind for a moment. You normally don't expect any glove within the first 30 seconds of HMG, honestly. Because, yeah, logically, it really doesn't. The first glove really does not do much logically. It gets you checkerboard cave. And, oh, I guess logically it does back of escape, too. Even though there's multiple different ways to get back escape anyway, so it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah, so far not really seeing anything of interest other than that glove.
Yeah. Which is going to make early tack routing pretty nice because that does do checkerboard cave, which, while it's only 1 check, is a extremely easy location to just miss over. Okay, never mind, we're just calling it down. Alright. Every time I'm like, yes, this is where Malmo's going. Oh, never mind. I was wrong.
And so the contemporary DMA from Malmo and the lumberjack DMA from someone325.
Yeah, the way someone does it's usually how I end up doing my early game of just lost switch straight up to lumberjack, because I don't know. I'm right there checking. I'm gonna be checking lumberjack tree anyway. Well, why not?
Oh
And
no.
this dead rock. Oh no.
Oh, we love the mountain in this game so much.
Isn't it great being able to rush mountain sphere 1 with nothing, and then you just pray to the gods the dead rocks don't do anything to you on your way through?
That is so good. She went for that graveyard ledge descent and got it on one heart. I mean, like, certainly, obviously, you know, it happens, but, like, I don't know. I would have healed just because, you know, you never know with those boulders. But she did it very
Yeah.
quickly, and it was nice.
In another instant divergence, someone just going straight for. I guess someone's just gonna knock out both here. Because a lot of times King's Tomb ends up getting. Yeah, that is kind of interesting to just go ahead and set up fixing the camera. But ooh, okay. Well, looks like that Saha glove is actually going to be kind of a big game changer, honestly.
Yeah.
Is that's a glove Sphere 1? Or that's a glove straight into Pearl. We have well over half the game available currently now.
It's still early, though. It could be possible that someone, you know, finds the glove and the moon pearl before Malmo even decides to go into the dark world, because we don't really have anything to do stuff with, like, other than that moon pearl and that glove right now.
Oh yeah. But you can do some funny routing when you have Moon Pearl so early and you haven't really touched anything of the light world. Using like fake worlds and stuff just for routing purposes.
That is true. Sword in Lion's Hut. Interesting. And in Ice Rod Cave as well.
Yeah, because someone went straight for the hobo, but didn't take it over to Ice Rod Cave. I'm assuming someone plans to just do Mini Boulderm and Ice Rod Cave later at some point. Probably when they have Zora money.
Yeah, I actually don't like the swim opener in HMG because you're, you know, less likely to want to write off Zora as opposed to like a no logic.
Yeah, in no logic, you just kind of do it immediately, especially because money is so important in no logic. So you just kind of don't want to do Zora in general, no logic. But yeah, I mean, like, what I usually just put off swim clip until I have Zora cash, just so I can just do the whole thing all at once. So with early Moon Pearl like this, I'm not even sure about how efficient it is, but it is fun to route in, doing Death Mountain super jump, Dark World all the way up, die in Skull Woods, walk out, and just go into CAC. And like, oh, now I'm just doing Kakarika now afterwards.
So it looks like sword, boomerang, and mushroom are only trackable items that were in town. Better than nothing, I suppose. Sometimes in glitched modes you get that crash or Rico. Oh, and we got flippers too. At the race game.
and someone clips up there with, I've seen a bunch of people lock trying to steal that item. Because that warp is very particular. But
Yeah, it's
early
definitely a
flippers is
weird one.
great. Oh, Malmo got a bottle from somewhere else. Who knows where? Not that Sick Kid had anything, but
He only has something when you don't have the bottle right away, right?
naturally. Oh yeah, of course.
So we got at least one item out of desert, and it was nothing. Oh, yeah,
And the
that's
second
both
item was
items.
nothing.
Well, at least they know. No progression here today.
So honestly, the main thing the glove's really going to do here, because someone's eventually going to go to Saw's closet, probably, and it is possible someone does all of East Mountain first. I guess could go into a lot of areas they don't need to go into, but I feel like glove into Pearl is sooner rather than later.
Well,
So
yeah,
really,
there's
the main
just
thing is
not
going
that
to
much
be
stuff in the light world. At some point, it's going to be like one of their only density places left.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice if the key was in the back as well? I don't think it was. So I think.
No, it's not.
So technically, they don't actually need the glove. Although doing it in the dark would suck, granted. But I'm sure they'll get that pearl pretty soon here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you at least have a sword. It's not that terrible if you have a sword with you.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of one of those things that feels worse than it is.
Mm-hmm. Also, with that bow, that might just push someone over towards eastern area anyway, because, I mean, it is a pendant, but you do have a bow, you have Saha's closet. It does kind of suck to do a pendant dungeon, but it is mostly Sphere 1. There could just be something in there, you never know.
Oh, I missed that lamp. Oh. So, I guess they wouldn't have to do it in the dark anyway. But lamp and bow could be pointing to pod for logic as well. Even though we know the pearl is not there, but something else could be there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That is everything. That is everything but the boss, obviously. Let's see, is checkerboard anything? Nope. All right. Losing access to that club is not going to be all that important, but if it comes to that. MMC, a whole lot of junk.
Yeah.
At least on someone's side, we are most likely going to see Zora. I don't see why someone wouldn't do Zora in this scenario, but... So it's possible there's an item there, because Malmo did not go in the Zora cache.
Yeah.
Let's see. Will we actually get the key? If we get the big key, we can go up. I feel like I get locked out of Hera in the vast majority of my HMG seeds.
I feel like that is pretty typical, and that what we're seeing right now is actually rather unusual, from my experience anyway.
It feels like it shouldn't be as rare as it actually is, honestly.
Off the top of my head, I do not know the order in which the logic places the keys, but... So if we have 6 locations in Hera, and 3 of them are maybe accessible, although 1 requires fire. Yeah, maybe you might have a point there. Maybe it is a bit odd that we don't see an accessible big key more often.
Yeah, because I guess, like, odds are it's put up in the top just because the big key could technically be on any location in Hera. Just from the key logic coming in from Meyer. Oh, there's a sword.
Sword on Zora.
Well, someone's just gonna get free butter sword, basically.
Well, I mean, that's good for Malmo, because that's not a critical item at all.
No. I mean, getting butter sword in sub 20 minutes is honestly really nice. That is a decent time save, but yeah, it's nothing super cool.
I totally, like, blanked. Did we get both items out of Hera?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
So the, I think that was what, self-locking small? I actually didn't see what item dropped off of Mold Arm. I don't think it was a small key, though. I think it is self-locking small.
Well, that's definitely not what they want to see if that's the case.
Nope. That's just hard, requiring you to go through Meyer. A flute right away, which... I mean, honestly, might not even get activated even though it's 16 minutes in. But...
I think it's early enough that you probably should. It's just unfortunate that they already broke down and went to town before clearing out the mountain.
You know, Malmo has more reason because Malmo hasn't done Dam or Mini Moldorm Cave yet. So you're slightly more incentivized. You're like, oh, I may as well just activate this and then just go down there.
Well, in case anyone is not aware, the reason why we were talking about the location of the Hera Small is because in hybrid major glitches, the logic expects you to use a key from Meyer to unlock Swamp, but we like to use the Hera key out of convenience whenever possible.
Yeah, even... You don't really see it as much in HMG, but some people will even go as far as, like, clearing Hyrule Castle, unlocking the door towards Key Rat, just so you can just clip in from Hera and just grab a small key off Key Rat, because you never really need that small key anyway.
Yeah, I think it depends when you clear Hyrule Castle and just kind of the seed in general. Like, it's a good backup to know that's available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's especially good to know if, just in case, like, oh, Mire's a pendant. I don't even need to go into Mire, but you can go into Swamp. I can just ignore it. Yeah, so far just kind of retreading, but very quickly they're going to have to diverge. Actually, wouldn't be surprised if someone ends up going towards Eastern from the flute. Kind of just puts you right there.
Yeah, I'm curious if we get a pod dip from Malmo or a dive straight into the proper Dark World.
I think diving into Dark World is just so tempting in this scenario. Because, like, logically, it is kind of screaming pod, but then you can also go, well, what if just early Dark World just has hammer and I can just go into pod and beat it as soon as I walk in?
It looks like we're gonna get a bomb clip, not having that hammer. Pendant skull.
I think it's green skull and just regular pendant TR. So Fire Rod is actually completely out of the equation. Surprisingly.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting situation. Like, this kind of like a layout. Oh, nice Samaria. And the
And
hammer. Okay.
Oh,
I was
hey,
gonna...
here's your toolkit to go do all of GT if you want. Out of logic, sure, but you can do the whole thing if you want.
Sometimes with this kind of a pendant layout, this could be one of those scenarios where if someone gets an unrequired fire rod, it leads them into doing some stuff that they don't have to do. Like that right side GT, potentially. Or the back of Skullwoods. It's a relaxing swim. Yeah, through a golden pyramid.
So, I mean, at this point, we just need, what, hook? Oh, hey, nice mitts.
See, and that's why you want the flute at that point. Flute, well, yeah, flute, well, never mind. You've got all of them. Flute, both gloves and hammer, that's... As much as we like doing glitches, sometimes going the normal way is just gonna be faster. Oh, it looks like we're getting the classic big flute to activate the real flute. Malmo had the same thing on her mind, it looks like.
Honestly, I never even thought to route it this way, but that's pretty great.
Oh, it's a classic, honestly. You just don't always get a chance to do it, is the thing.
Yeah, because you do require having a blue potion that you probably just found somewhere. You probably didn't go to potion shop at that point.
Although they do have the mushroom. I don't think we checked on that, but
Nah, we
perhaps at
didn't.
some point when if we get desperate.
I mean, it's one of those things where you have flute. I mean, it's not unreasonable to go, I'm just gonna pick up some potions real quick. Get the mushroom.
A nice
Just
fence
get like,
stash from Malmo, honestly. I'd love to see it.
honestly, I don't even know the setup to do the fed stash properly myself. I just kind of YOLO it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
It's just dash buffering left and then holding dash and turning up.
Hmm. Gotcha.
So just left and A on the same frame and then tap up to, dash turn up.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so this is someone actually taking a lamp all the way to get the pearl.
Well, I wasn't expecting this, even though I was talking about it, but it will still get them that pearl, so...
And granted, Mitz isn't that out of the way. It's Pyramid, Fairy, and Pyramid is just nice 3 items to do if you're in South Darkhold with Hammer. Actually, then again, someone doesn't have a great... Actually, yeah, someone's only way into Darkhold is... Oh, nice hook. Is to just jump off the mountain. Well, we are quickly just approaching Meyer Medallion and a way to kill Cold Stare Go mode. And maybe just Meyer Medallion if it ends up being Bombos.
Yeah, that's everyone's favorite, right? 1 item from Go mode at, sub 30 minutes, and then who knows how long that takes to finish it off.
Yep. Where in the world is the Meyer Medallion? Because it can be literally anywhere at that point.
And now doing a little dance with the crickets. Oh, there's Bombos on the bumper ledge.
Okay, speaking of Bombos. If that's Meyer Medallion and Mama walks up there, that is just straight up Go mode.
Well, we don't know yet, though. That's the
Mm-hmm.
interesting thing. And someone doesn't have Hype Cave yet, so we don't. And neither of them knows how close this seed is potentially to being solved.
No, but someone's just gonna do Vu, Thieves, gonna get the hook, run down south. And you're just gonna clear southwards. Actually, someone's gonna be in Glove Go mode in that case. If it turns out that Bombos is actually Meyer Medallion, that's just Glove Go mode just to get the Cold Stare. Which, granted, you are right there next to the pyramid.
Yeah. I'm curious what someone decides to do with Thieves Town not having the hammer.
I feel like you cleared anyway. It's just like routing like an open seed. You do Vu first, hope you get the hammer. If you don't get the hammer, well, you're just gonna go do it anyway. So it's a very reasonable gamble on gambling the big chest.
I don't disagree, but like we've all seen how this game loves to burn you, though. So you never know.
Oh yeah, this game will absolutely do that, but it's in 1v1 races. It is something you just kind of have to accept gambling on. Okay, Malmo's is heading south to check. I'm assuming to check Meyer. I mean, Malmo already did Hype Cave, and Pyramid, so furthest Malmo could really go is checking Meyer area and Stumpy. Doesn't Malmo go all the way back up just for Bumper Ledge and Skull Wood, Pendant Skull? I don't think so.
Well,
Especially because Malmo can just go through
Mirrorless
Pod.
Smith is a thing that we could do, you know. It's
Oh
possible.
boy, Mirrorless Smith, my favorite. I mean, I
it's
guess you have,
possible.
like, you do have mitts, so it's not the worst. You have mitts and flute. It is Bombos. Okay. Well, Malmo just has to go to Bumper Ledge.
But Skullwoods is a pendant, though, so when's that gonna happen?
Yeah, that's the issue. It's a very isolated North Dark Hole at this point. Like, it is possible Malmo could grab Stumpy and then grab Smith, run up, check Bombo Sledge, and then just, turn in Smith with Flute. It's an option, but I don't think so. I think Malmo's going to Pod. You have the entire Pod kit here.
Which, interestingly, I don't know how much value there is in a Go Mode Pod and non-Key Sanity, but it could happen for someone.
Yeah, usually it lets you maybe skip Dark Maze. That's usually it. I feel like you usually full clear the front and at least Compass Chest in the Ruby Maze part. So there is a chance someone does just go straight into Meyer with the Bombos and doesn't go mode it. Then again, with Meyer layouts and the fact that you have to in this case go to Swamp this way, really is not going to change much, honestly.
Someone may decide to wait a little bit on the Meyer play, just not having Samaria, but I don't think it would be bad
it's
to go in
really
necessarily.
tempting. It's tempting to go in because you have everything for Swamp. So you can be like, okay, I'll just go and unlock Swamp real quick. Go check out Meyer, unlock Swamp.
Well, the funny thing is, if you travel through the underworld to get to Swamp, and then you exit out, the Cane is in Hype Cave, so well, they'll get there one way or the other.
Yeah, but looting through Swamp in this case is extremely tempting. In which case, man, someone might hit the dilemma of getting Cane and Hammer and go, I'm just going to start clearing through all of my dungeons and hope I find the glove on the way. I feel like someone has a much easier time getting the glove than Malmo does getting the Bombos in this case. Just because Saha has 3 items. Yeah, it's also because Saha is just such a easy play, especially with flute and everything. You can just knock out Saha whenever if you decide to end it's like an ending check. But
having already done the castle, The Pyramid Fairy's pretty isolated. Not that we have the mirror, but I feel like that
Mm-hmm.
could have been a thing that, maybe you put off the castle to try to combo them together. I don't know if people do that too much.
I tend to do it myself, but you never know in this mode. Yeah, Sapod is
Oh.
actually really go-modable.
And someone is going into Mire like you predicted.
Yeah, Swamp is too tempting in this scenario. At the bare minimum, you set up Swamp to come back later through Hera. To just do it whenever.
Yeah, it's tempting in the kind of way of like, oh, if I get my chores done, I can play later. We have to do this unlocking Swamp debacle.
Yeah, like, with the key layout, and also because someone went through Castle normally, this is the only option someone has, is to just unlock Swamp through Mire. There is no other option.
Yep.
Well, who knows? Maybe in someone's mind, Smaria could just be in here. That's exactly what might happen with my race and Alex yesterday. Smaria was just here in Mire. Smaria was just here in Mire, chilling. As the go mode item.
It does happen.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think if Malmo pulls a fire rod from somewhere? Do you think that might lead her towards Skullwoods, possibly?
Maybe? Honestly, I might be tempted for GT at that. I'd be more tempted for GT.
Yeah, that is your biggest density in the game.
Because that is 100% full clear GT in that scenario.
Of course, we know that this time there's actually nothing there, which I think is pretty rare in my experience with HMG.
Yeah, I feel like, for the most part, you have to dip through GT. It's 20-something checks. The light 20-something item locations. Like when you take out all the dungeon items. It's a lot.
And sometimes you get those seeds where they want you to dip it just for like hammer in like the first check and then come back later.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I feel like a lot of times it really is just DM's room has the one item you need out of GT, and then you don't need to go to GT for anything else. But then you kind of are in the dilemma of you're already here in GT, and there's so many items here, I may as well just full clear this place. Just from a pure numbers game perspective.
Although now I'm curious, since you're talking about GT, where is the big key gonna be? Are we gonna see any, like, lamp bomb jumps?
I mean, in this scenario, you would probably just go full left. Or you go hope left. Just hope you get the big key over there, and if not, well, however I'm on the right side it is. It's like, oh, speaking of fire rod.
Wow, that's an interesting location for that, 'cause it's a very bad location for anything.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that actually is going to end up being extremely bad for someone. Because I feel like in that scenario, you are going... once someone eventually does Hype Cave, it's Hammer Samaria right there. You have so much available to you in the game that is not the locations where the gloves are. You'll be really tempted to go there.
Just really quick, by the way, rule of fire as well. Just want to point that out.
Yes, of course.
But yeah, I mean, as tempting as Saha might be with 3 items, it is kind of isolated with Eastern being a pendant.
Yeah. Like, who wants to go to Pendant Eastern?
To answer a question, chat, yes, we are in no mode. Malmo needs Bombos, which is on Bumper Ledge. Someone needs one of 2 gloves. One of them is in Sahasralas, and the other one is in Pyramid Fairy. Oh, actually, no, sorry. Someone also needs the Samaria and Hammer, which are in Hype Kit, but they're not going to miss that, though, so it slipped my mind for a second.
Yeah, Hype Cave's only been put off this one purely because of not having the glove to just access South Dark World super quickly. Back up the mountain we go for...
Oh, this is the Bumper Ledge swim. I think she's actually doing the thing, but just not in the way I expected. Swimming across the entire Dark World mountain. Or, never mind, we're stopping at GC. I apologize. I call that a commentator curse, I guess, if you want to. But you can take it all the way to Bumper Ledge, though, from there. I have seen that done before. Oh, sorry. False alarm.
Yeah, it just makes sense. Just density-wise, yeah, I think everybody would pick GT over going to Bumper Ledge every time. Really, the question is, does someone go to Pyramid Fairy from here? Or does someone just bail?
I have no idea. It's the first time I've
glove
seen this play
go
ever.
mode. Okay, we're walking out, not safe footing. Nice mirror. Oh, someone, you were on your way.
Both of them strategically dodging their go mode item.
Oh man, someone is like going like, do I want to go to Pyramid Fairy? Oh, I've got so many checks. Leaves. Well.
This is kind of an interesting race going on here.
This is one of those races where both players are going to feel extremely terrible when they find their go mode. As oh, it's just right here this whole time. Just for completely different reasons.
I don't blame them for skipping the Pyramid Fairy, though. Like, that is pretty slow to go over there and then set up the swim clip and then swim all the way over there. Like,
oh, absolutely.
It's reasonable.
Yeah, it's just very unfortunate because you could see the second guessing of running to Pyramid Fairy and then wait, no, it's actually smarter for me to leave.
Yeah, this play has good expected value, it's just not correct in this specific case.
Yep. As things tend to be. Yeah, especially, honestly, that fire rod makes things a lot more dangerous. Because that puts all of TR into play. That puts all of GT into play. puts Skull Woods into play. Especially because it's a green pendant Skull Woods. Granted, rushing green pendant Skull Woods would also be a blessing, because that means, oh hey, I'll turn in green pendant and Saha at once. But still, it is a glove.
I'm sorry. I was just
Yeah, you're
thinking
good.
that that's funny that both of them get helped out by going to Skullwoods, in a way.
Yeah, if either one of them decides to run Skull Woods, they end up going into go mode, like in their own little way. Let's see. Will Malmo do right side? Nope. Yeah,
I think this is correct, because it feels like, and like, even if we didn't know, I think it's correct, because this is one of those, you could be sequence breaking past your go mode.
Yeah. Nah, you're not wrong. At least in Malmo's case, Malmo cannot find the fire rod before go mode, so there's nothing on that route.
Of course, getting the bad RNG in Gauntlet 5, mandatory.
Mm-hmm. Naturally, you don't get that hit on the Stalfos. I'll say, if anything, Malmo may have a slightly easier time going to Skullwoods, just with, you know, you have Flute, you have Mitts, you have Mirror in hand. Honestly, a play into Smith Chain is not the worst. I mean, you know Swamp can't have anything. You know Desert's dead. I guess, like, you go into... I mean, going into Ice is... Oh, actually... I mean, it would suck not being able to clear ice, but...
For all she knows, Bombos could be in ice, but that's not a situation you want to be, like, gambling on. No. That's a... Well, another potential out for someone is if someone climbs GT and then checks the Pyramid Fairy afterwards, just, you know, being right there.
Yeah, it's very true. And I feel like that's not even that unreasonable at that point. Just being right there anyway.
And GT is a required dungeon, and they actually know they can get the big key, like, absolutely. Or Malmo had no idea coming in here.
Malmo had no idea, but in that case... I mean, I guess if say... the big key is on the right side, I'd probably just bomb jump it anyway at that point. Because, like, yeah, Secret's breaking Fire Rod, but also I might not get Fire Rod anyway, so who cares?
That is true. That is fair. I was just thinking, like, yeah, I don't know. I just hate doing that bomb jump. Even if you first try it, it still feels really slow.
It is. It definitely is slow. But, I mean, if it's required anyway.
Well, that was what I should have said. She didn't know if she logically had access to the big key. That would have been more correct of me to say.
This is a. Oh, this is actually a pretty nice stagger 2 pattern. Other than the blue balls in second and third. Alright, Malmo, what's your next play?
Go, go, go! She had time to save a little bit of time, but she got nervous.
Yeah, you
Because if
don't
you
want to
keep the
soft
bat
lock
on
this
screen long,
far.
well, at least she got out of bounds, so props for getting through the wall.
Alright, what is your next play? You've already done all this stuff. Oh, yeah, you know what? Malmo has not done any of Castle. I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, that's the play here.
49-minute uncle? That's, you know, a little bit early, but it's acceptable.
I don't know why I'm so averse to uncleness in this mode. I just dodge front of Castle forever playing HMG. I don't know why.
But nobody wants to do the castle in HMG. Because in no logic, there's like the cave key thing, so you at least have, you know, you're getting some value.
Hmm.
HMG is like...
I guess it's
It's
like
just too
the
spread out.
expected. Yeah, it's like the expected return of your time. Like in open, Castle's not terrible, but in HMG, you just have so many like dense locations you can do at any given time for most of the seed. The Castle just feels kind of bad.
Someone accidentally collision kicked the wrong way, but he gets to retry it, no problem. If you do it a little bit closer to the rocks when you do that jump, you're less likely to have that problem.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, in Malmo's case, given where the map and the key is located, you can actually make that castle trip extremely quick. Because map's in Zelda Cell and the key is in Dark Cross itself.
Yeah, and that was really heads up of her to like notice that.
Honestly, in Malmo's case, doing the entire Smith chain plus Bat plus potentially Skullwood stuff is honestly not even that unreasonable in this scenario.
Yeah, Eastern sucks. The desert we know is clear of items. Swamp is dead, like you said. Ice sucks with no fire. Can't get into Mire. TR also sucks with no fire. She just did GT. Yeah, she doesn't have a lot left, really.
Like,
That's
I would
reasonable.
be tempted, like, looking for Mire Medallion to, like, maybe just do the back of TR, just because that mirror wrap is just so quick. To just do it, like, oh, maybe I'll just Gamba. It's just here. Who knows?
Yeah, I could see that. The trap is, oh, I didn't find anything. Am I gonna, like, go backwards through this dungeon and see what else I can find?
Okay, this Fireless. No, this is Zora. Oh, I almost gonna get Butter Sword after all.
Bombos is on the bumper ledge. To answer a
Yes.
question in chat.
Yeah, it checks. Malmo didn't check Bumper Ledge nor go to Skullwoods. Bombos for my entry is in Bumper. And someone needs a glove to beat Ice Palace. And the gloves are Pyramid Fairy and Saha's Closet. Someone has just barely managed to route around each time.
I feel like this has to be it, like, after GT for them, I mean. They're just right there.
Oh, this is King Soom from Malmo. I think this is giving up and just running to King Soom normally, because you have mitts. You could just walk there normally.
And it shows that she doesn't often go this way.
Wait, who wants to go to King Soom normally in glitch modes?
Yep.
Yeah, the thing is, Chex, what we were debating is what would drag Malmo back, and honestly, realistically, of all the options Malmo has left, like Skull Woods, doing stuff in Skull Woods and Bumper Ledge, or even like riding into Smith Chain and stuff with it, like is honestly not even the worst play to make. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess. Wait. Oh, there was a small key. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I missed it as well.
Doesn't Meyer logically? Is it always a Meyer small for Swamp, or can the key layout let you use Hera small key? I don't think so, right?
The logic never expects you to use the Hera key.
Yeah, because you could technically just burn on the door downstairs. So yeah, that makes sense.
But Malmo knows that this is behind Meyer, though. Maybe just, I don't know, wants to just get something out of the way while they think about what to do, because, like we kind of said, nothing is super appealing, like, in her position.
Yeah, I mean, this could just be, I guess, unlocking it, because you do have Mirror, so you could just come back to Swamp normally whenever you want at this point.
Yeah.
That or Malmo. I mean, also, it's just could be that Malmo knows there's nothing here. Malmo's just gonna go mode it, just while thinking anyway. Just may as well. Maybe you YOLO silvers while you're here. I guess also you would check if there's a small key there in the front too, because if there was a completely vanilla Swamp small, then Swamp would be in play.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Just given the mirror.
That is true. Oh yeah, so given that, what you just said, this probably was the best call for her, because now she knows for sure that the Meyer medallion is not going to be here.
Yep, you just go mode Swamp now because you have to clear it anyway. And you open up chests on the way because, hey, you might pull out silvers. Or maybe like a fire rod or something. This fire rod would also just be convenient to have.
Hey,
speaking of silvers.
Well, I mean, that has some amount of value, that's for sure. I was just gonna say, she did the splashless diver down with a splash anyway. I thought that was kind of funny.
So I guess from here, does Malmo just bite the bullet on Fireless Ice? Because it would be kind of tempting from this position.
I don't know, that is really rough. I mean, logically it could be there, But also, logically, ice is a terrible dungeon to double dip because it's super linear.
Yep. But given where Malmo is physically right now, it's not the worst call. Everything kind of sucks in Malmo's position right now is the
It really
problem.
does.
I mean, hell, even going to Penn and Eastern sounds pretty good right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how the continuum has, went. That, like, the good and bad are so close to each other relatively that it's indistinguishable.
Alright, Malmo, what are you doing here?
I mean, she's in the right area.
Are you gonna go to Bumper Ledge, or is this just gonna be doing Smith's Chain? Okay, yeah, this is Bumper Ledge for sure. Alright, this is gonna put Malmo into go mode.
And this also is gonna be a good race, I think.
Yeah, it just depends if someone goes into Pyramid Fairy, which would be an extremely reasonable thing to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what someone...
I already skipped it once. I mean, it's like, you're right there,
You beat
and
GT, yeah. You just beat GT, you're right there, you're gonna be checking the Pyramid Ledge item regardless. So in that case, you just like, okay, I just walk over a screen and swim with them. So I know at this moment... Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, someone didn't beat Swamp, though, did they? They just opened it and left?
No, yeah, I think it was just open and left because, actually, yeah, well, they could have beat it at that time. I don't know. I guess they just decided not to. I think... I don't know. I don't know why it was just an open.
I trust the tracker, but I was just thinking, like, it seems like maybe something you might want to do at the time, but I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, it would be extremely reasonable. Because someone doesn't have silvers. And if someone went through Swamp, they would have silvers.
Well, Malmo's pretty solidly ahead, then, with that being the case.
Mm-hmm. Malmo gets to just rapid fire go mode Meyer and Ice, and Malmo has mitts to make entering both dungeons. I mean, in this case, mitts doesn't really matter for Meyer as much. Well, and then, okay, this is someone getting the glove. But the mitts does help getting back into Ice very quickly.
Yeah. Just gonna say, someone at least does have Swamp unlocked and does have the Meyer big key, but... yeah, Malmo is quite close to being done, though. With just needing to do Meyer and Ice. Oh, Game 3 hype, maybe?
So I think this is... yes, because someone at this point can just go into Swamp normally, clear it, and then... I mean, I guess at that point you just mirror wrap to Ice afterwards, or you do Meyer first and then run back over and mirror wrap. I don't know.
No, it absolutely makes sense to do Swamp first.
I guess you just do Ice on its own. You just mirror wrap the ice, do it on its own first, and then you do swamp into that was weird. I've never had that happen. Then you just do swamp and mire together afterwards. Because at this point in go mode, the order really does not matter much. Same, I didn't know you could do the rat from that low.
Well, they're gonna have to like save and quit. Like, well, maybe not. I don't know. Either way, ice getting trapped in ice kind of makes it awkward. Either way.
Yeah, ice is going to be a one-way regardless of how you route it. Doesn't really matter. And you have flute, glove, hammer, so getting back to the Ganon hole is going to be the same no matter what.
Oh no!
On the plus side, Malmo can just buy an upgrade fairy arrow real fast before going into ice.
No, it's just unfortunate because the silvers actually made her lose time on that fight.
Yeah.
Because the time save is phase 2 if you have a good sword already. But oh well, a very minor thing. There's that arrow purchase.
I mean, silver save a lot of time on Ganon. May as well just grab them real fast.
Yep. The funny thing is, there are arrows in ice. It's just the only reason you would get them is if you were doing an illegal method to reach the boss. At least illegal for this mode. The pot on the right side of the room above Cold Stare.
Oh my god, you're right. The rock that literally nobody ever lifts except for that one particular no logic circumstance.
I mean, those arrows are part of the all bosses route. Like, it's like we need our arrows.
Fair enough.
Checks.
The arrows
in the bottom
above
right corner of this room that Malmo's in right now, and you only get them if you're doing the Samaria hook push. Hey, that is 7 crystals for Malmo.
Malmo just runs the Ganon, beats the game. Yeah, someone still has to beat Swamp, and then run all the way to Mire, which, I mean, you already had the big key, but still. It takes some time.
So if someone does Pyramid Fairy after Hype Cave, what do you think that does for this race? Do you think we get a really close finish here?
Pretty close. I think someone ends up winning in that case, because if someone does that, someone gets to skip looting through GT, gets to skip looting Pod, and you have a very quick go mode in Pod. You don't have to bother doing checks in Ice Palace either. There's a lot you could skip if someone routed that
Well,
in.
they did go mode Ice Palace, but I believe you are correct in what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean he did go mode. He did a lot of checks. I think he only really skipped Ice T, just because that one's out of the way.
Nice shot on Argus there.
Because if you think about it, the time it takes to full clear Pod and full clear GT is definitely, because I think the GT Big Key was just like in Hope Room too.
No, I think you're right.
I think that is enough time.
Yeah. Well, so it looks like we are gonna get a game 3 here. Malmo is going to cross the bridge and be our official winner of tonight's race with a time of 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 26 seconds. Get your GGs in chat, please. It looks like someone wants to finish this out, being quite close to the end.
Yeah, I mean, you already have Big Key. This is just a sprint to Vidi real quick.
We are joined by Malmo, the winner of tonight's race. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we had a fun time watching both of you dodge your go modes for a while.
Yeah. I hate Pendant Skullwood so much. Pendant Skull, Pendant Thieves.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
it
running the way you did made sense.
It has this area denial effect, right? It's not just Skullwoods, it's also Bumper Ledge. It's not just Thieves, it's also Village of Outcasts. And you have to decide whether you're going to do just part of it, or if you're going to, like, sigh and be like, fine, I'll go in. And the only reason I was at Bumper Ledge is because I wanted to take advantage of having an active flute and the mirror and do Smith Chain.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like, okay, is this going to be a Smith Chain play, and that's what's going to lead you to Bumper? It's like Skullwoods, especially without the Fire Rod, just like, you don't want to go in there.
I had Eastern, which is the other thing I considered doing. And I had, it looks like I'm just looking at where someone is. It looks like I probably could have done Eastern and been fine. But barely. It would have been very close. Assuming the items were early enough that I could just leave. I wasn't going to play for Pedestal when TR is Bombos. I learned that TR is usually medallion locked. So that was one of the reasons I went to Catfish earlier, was so I could peek that medallion.
Oh, when you did the swim across the mountain after Catfish, even though it made no actual sense, I was rooting for you to swim all the way to Bumper Ledge.
Oh, I bet. Especially if you already, I am assuming when you're saying that, it's because someone already had it.
Yeah,
someone was in go mode pretty early.
Well, before I was. What was his go mode then?
No, they
A
were in go mode
glove.
afterwards, but
Oh, okay.
we knew where they needed to go. They got their glove from Pyramid Fairy. They never went to Sahasrara.
Oh, okay. The glove and Pyramid Fairy is interesting. You may have seen me do a map check in Village. That was not an accident. That was a logic read because medallion, or sorry, the mitts were in Pyramid Fairy, and I wanted to know where my red crystals were, and one of them was Meyer. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna worry about ice until Mira shows up. Because I could have gone into ice, right? Without the fire. Where is the fire rod? He has it.
It was
Meyer
in
cutscene.
Meyer. Yeah. Meyer
Okay.
cutscene.
So why does he have that? So his Goma was a glove.
Yes. So what
okay.
ended up happening was someone did not have a glove until after beating GT. And that's
Okay.
when someone got go mode of swim clipping in.
It kind of looks like maybe someone had a movement disadvantage then. I mean, I'll have to watch it back, but going that long without a glove can really slow you down.
Yeah, it was pretty late that someone got the glove. It just so happened to be like, because someone got the Moon Pearl by doing Castle early, and with the key being in Dark Cross, just ran it all the way to the back. Got the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Of course, my glove led to Moon Pearl really early. Like, so early I didn't even want to go to Dark World yet for a long time. Very nice cannon fight. Wow, I like that triple.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was an interesting race. I was terrified the entire time. I want to have more of the tournament. And sorry to someone. We can still duke it out in game 3, and it's not over yet. I did say that I'll try to get us a game 3, so at least we got that.
Yeah, you did in fact get it. Yeah, it was kind of funny when someone gets the bombo, see you dodge. It's like, okay, well, don't know when you'll go back there, and because someone didn't have the glove. Going into Dark World, someone routed down from routed south, north to south Dark World.
Yes. That makes sense.
And then going to Hype Cave and getting the hammer and the Samaria, the partial walking towards Pyramid Fairy, and then going, wait a second. The second guess, like, oh, you have so much you can do with these items.
Oh no, almost dodged glove. And Eastern has that repellent effect against Sahasrara if you don't open with it, so that would have been a problem. Mira was in GT.
Hello.
I guess that's...
Yeah.
No, GG.
GG's. Yeah, I thought it was in go mode, and then I realized I still need a glove for Ice Palace.
My go mode
that's okay. You thought you were in go mode. So I thought that was a case of, like, you get the Samaria and the hammer, and considering everything that you had the fire rod, you had access to every dungeon in the game. You just didn't have a glove to beat Cold Stare, which means, oh well, I can do GT, I can do Pod, I can even go into TR if I wanted to right now.
Yeah, Swamp Bells.
Hey, you swamped. The world is your oyster looking for that glove.
Yeah. At least I did it after GT, so it wasn't too out of the way. But yeah, too late for that.
Was in Sahasrara, so I had it as like my third item, and was I don't have a fire rod. My go mode, even if my medallion wasn't bombos, my go mode still would have been bombos, unless I just went to Meyer and found fire rod, I guess. But
yeah,
I guess that would have been straightforward now that I know fire rod is in there. But I went to Swamp to try and find a fire rod so I could go into ice and know that I can clear it, because bombos can totally just be in there.
Okay, so part of me is thinking that maybe you're going into Swamp because knowing that it's behind Meyer of, well, what if the small key is just in the first chest and then Swamp is actually just totally in logic with this mirror anyway.
It's also that, but at the same time, I didn't necessarily want it to be open. So
Oh, absolutely.
that's a can of worms that I
Right.
normally wouldn't want to open, but it is important to, have the knowledge. But really, I just wanted a fire rod. I was faced with, I'm just going to go into ice and hope that one of the two things is in there. And that would have been pretty disastrous.
Yeah, where was Bombus again? I keep forgetting where items
It's a
are.
bumper ledge. So it was like the first thing
yeah.
you would have gotten
first
on your
thing I
Dark World
found.
loop. Yeah, you probably didn't even think about it. You didn't even know Meyer Medallion was Bombos yet. And you were
Right.
missing
Nope.
Cane and Hammer and stuff.
Yeah, Dip didn't
Yeah,
talk to
in
me,
that case,
but-
just jumping off the mountain, you just do bumper because you're running off there anyway.
Yes. Oh, I was this close to swimming to Bumper Ledge when you were rooting for me too. I even was like, I could go to GT, but I could also just keep going, and Bumper Ledge is right there. But then I had to think about Skull Woods, and like I could do all of GT, and it's such a big dungeon compared to one item. I talked myself out of it, and I full cleared GT, but it was fine because I don't know, Mirror was there. It would have been extraordinarily go modable, but also not having the mirror would have been a huge pain in the butt because I still had desert to do with Meyer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
really
at least you
annoying
have, at least with like mitts and glove, it's not the worst to
Mhm.
get back around. It's just a lot of save quits.
It's a lot, yeah. The reason I activated Flute was because of desert. I knew I would want to get back there, and going back to desert without a flute or without a mirror and happening to be in the area is the worst thing in the world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if I didn't find the mirror, I would have to break into Ice Palace with just flippers, and that's pretty annoying.
Oh yeah. Flipper wrap. I had a glove. I admit it was in the flute. It was nice. Like I felt pretty good about the speed that I was moving. But when I saw where Bombos was, I'm like, okay, well, I either won this or I lost this based on when you found it. And I didn't, think really far about the fact that my first glove, I guess, wasn't free. And I guess my
Yeah, I don't
second
really
glove
go
wasn't
to-
free.
I didn't really go to Eastern area because I found Moon Pearl before that.
Having to go all the way through Dark Cross to get your pearl was probably not very fun either.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, if it comes to going to ice, I just learned the YBA wrap just because I don't like going the flipper wrap. It's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember all the steps. There's like
I think
10 steps
YBA
to
I would
it.
is-
look it up.
I think it's faster if you can pull it off. If you have
Yeah,
a
no, the
potion.
YBA is definitely faster because it's YBA route is about this. Actually, if anything, it's faster than mirror. There's
Is it like
It's very
just
similar.
YBA?
It kind of puts you directly on the transition, right? You don't have to do that.
yeah,
tiptoeing
it's
movement.
like it's instead of doing the mirror wrap from that like where you mirror wrap left, you jump down to the ledge beneath, and you boots clip into the wall, and it kind of kicks you to the other side of the screen, and then you just YBA from there. You just walk to Ice Palace.
Cool.
Yeah, I used to do that, but I stopped doing that. The reason why I would prefer the flipper wrap usually is because I'm more of a no logic player, and like that doesn't consume a resource to do that. But
No logic. You
also
just
it doesn't-
YBA and Cackwell. You don't even do anything
Yeah.
else.
yeah, it depends. But yeah, I don't know. That YBA also can hard lock the game though. Like there is no like failure like that's like acceptable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, so can the mirror wrap too, but it's
Well,
I don't know.
that's a lot different though. Like like
It still
it requires
stinks,
more
but
than
that's
one
the-
extra frame to do that.
oh yeah. Actually, I mean, if anything, every single method in the Ice Palace can hard lock. It's just it's a lot harder to hard lock from the flippers wrap for sure.
Really.
I don't know about that, but
I thought the
yeah,
YBA
maybe.
hard locks if you missed the YBA.
Yeah, it does.
But also, if you
Yeah,
miss the
because
YBA,
you're right
just
on the
gonna hard reset.
transition.
You're just gonna hard reset your potion back anyway. You're probably doing that from a save and quit. So
Mhm.
I bet it's
Mhm.
not actually that dangerous. The same way that like DMD isn't usually a hard lock risk because you're usually just doing it from a save and quit, except in the speedrun.
Yeah, you're just most of the time you're just missing a little bit of. You're probably losing like 30 seconds or so if you miss it, which sucks, but not the end of the world.
Well, I guess we have to schedule a game 3. I kind of like these weeknight races, so it'll probably be sometime next week.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
The weekends tend to get really crowded with the people who have to contend with time zones. I like to leave those slots open. Plus, I'm busy tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's usually all the cross the pond races are fighting over the weekend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking of which, we got a few races tomorrow. We have Muffins versus BDI, which is across a different pond, not the pond you're thinking of. That one's going to happen at 8 a.m. Eastern on SpeedGaming 2. We were looking for crew for that, and if you are awake during that time, you can be the person who saves that restream. After that, we have at 2 p.m. Eastern. I have official Alex versus Breadcoon, and Nobly versus Leaf 1 hour later than that. And then later in the afternoon, Holy Smoke versus Gamachu.
You got all sorts of races tomorrow, and then even more on Sunday. We'll definitely hear about tomorrow. But I think that about does it. If you two have anything else left to say.
Thanks for commentating.
Thank you to other Tom for tracking as well.
Yeah, other Tom really put in the work tracking. God knows how many races of no logic. Or sorry, not no logic. It's HMG.
Some logic.
Next year.
Yeah. And 1 year from now, other Tom will be tracking God knows how many no logic races, probably.
Let's go ahead and pencil them in for, some of those races that haven't been scheduled.
Yeah, just throw it in, Saturday at like at noon, 1 p.m.
I'm
There's
probably
definitely a race
free.
going on.
I'm probably free that year sometime. I'll plan around it. I'll cancel a wedding if it comes up.
Yeah. But yes, thank you, thanks for the race, thanks Tom, and that about wraps it up. Good night to at least most people here in the U.S. going to bed. Good night.
All right, we'll see you next time.